Hey all, so what I'm going to be doing in this video is covering some tips for Eternal Fury. Some of these will be quite basic, others more complicated. So let's start with the resource dungeons and trial dungeons. These can be blitzed up to the highest level you can complete. It's worth giving these another try if you are not already at stage 40 whenever you get a significant battle rating increase. Try and get as far as possible with these. The further you get, the more stuff you get each day from the blitz. You can see here I have completed all of these up to stage 40 now. The same with the trial dungeons. Whenever you have a significant battle rating increase, go ahead and give these a proper go rather than just blitzing them. The Zodiac trial at the end is actually really easy. I beat this on my first attempt. The other trial dungeons are not as easy as the Zodiac trial. You should still give these a try though, whenever you have a significant battle rating increase, as I already mentioned, and make sure to auto clear them each day if you don't want to actually attempt them. There we go, that's that done. With the element beasts, I highly recommend going to the spawn before the beast spawns, especially on some of the easier beasts. They can die really quickly, and if you wait until it actually spawns, then go over to the area, the beast is often dead before you actually reach it. This doesn't really apply to the harder beasts, more to the first three. The bottom three are quite a bit harder and generally take longer to defeat. So you may have seen I have positioned myself in a careful way on the mine. This is to prevent myself from being attacked, even though it's currently protection time. I've got into the habit of doing this. If you position yourself correctly on the mine, other players cannot attack you. If you just press this though, you end up in a position like that, and it's very easy for another player to click on you. So what you want to do is something like this if you're going mining. There we go, position yourself in such a way so other players will have a hard time clicking on you. And that's a very basic tip, but I think also really useful if you don't want to get knocked off the mine when the protection time is not up. One of the first things you want to do is get your herbalist living skill up to level 10. This will allow you to farm the herbs you can see here, and that will help you get black diamonds for the homestead trades. I'll just go over and grab one of the earth roots just to show you what I mean. There we go. And then what I could do from here is go over to the trade centre, sell like this, and then that gives me black diamonds that can be used for the homestead trades. Let's go over to homestead. What you want to do is try and find a trade that's reasonably priced but also gives some decent items. For example, if that was around 100k black diamonds, it would be a really good offer. The offer here as well gives orbs, would be worth going for if it was cheap. I went for Wind Talker though, as the other offers here were really expensive today. Doesn't give the best items, but it was cheap, and it did have one of those summoning scrolls in as well. But it is really important to try and do your trade each day. Look for something that's cheap but gives the items that you need. So let's back out of here. So Apex Mystery is also a really important feature of the game. I tend to use all my stamina over here, and I highly recommend coming over here when the aura is in progress. Crystal mines will spawn on the map, and those can be harvested without using stamina for 50 points each time. If aura is not active, then I normally come over here and just grab the mystery ores, unless there's an event for killing monsters. For example, in the arrival event, one of the time limited quests was for killing monsters, so you could come over here and do the 500 monsters over a few days. Normally though, I do recommend just getting the mystery ores. Gold is something you're going to need an awful lot of, probably more so than experience. So let's back out of here. With the pets, many players make the mistake of equipping a decent pet at all times. For example, my best pet is this one here. I don't recommend doing this. If you have a good pet, only equip it when you really need it. The little fire dragon here though isn't very good, so I just equip it at all times to give a slight boost, and when its life gets low I refine it, then level it up a bit again. The weak guardian here though is by far my best pet. It's only normally equipped, for example, in cross-server PvP, and whenever I can't complete a raid with the fire dragon equipped, I don't want to waste its life. I think that would be foolish, but there we go, that's something you should be doing unless you have a pet with unlimited life. So territory could well be the least played feature in the game. It does have some real benefits though. The main thing you want to try and do is get your kill ranking chests for each day. They go all the way up to 10,000. That's pretty easy to do. All you need to do is attack a few cities. If you attack a city that's a bit higher level as well, that will get you the points quicker. What I'll do is just attack 4 cities with 1 army on each one to get the kill rankings done nice and quickly. You can just quit out as well after you have set the attack. You don't have to wait for it to complete. This is probably the fastest way to get the kill rankings. Just be careful that an enemy player from the guild you are attacking doesn't try and defend and then you lose all your troops. You can see here I'm already up to 3,800. Let's grab those chests. There we go. Quite a few chests to get. And the 10,000 chest should be ready now. There we go, nice. Brilliant, that was done very quickly, and the reason for doing this is to get the guild chests here. Sometimes you do get orbs from these chests, so it's highly recommended you use your keys when you get them, and also try and finish as high as you can on the kill rankings. I normally get position second, which gives the rewards you can see here. There we go. So with the addition of events like the Sky Tower, it is really important to try and find a strong guild. If you are not already in one of the top 3 guilds on the server, I would recommend leaving and joining one of them. For example, our guild here normally finishes second. Occasionally though, we do finish rank 1, so it is a pretty strong guild to be joining, and those are the placement rewards for the top 3 guilds. You may also want to save some of your items for the events that appear. For example, the cross-server consumption event, that uses the Holy Feathers. It also uses the Beast Spirit Stones, and if we go over here, the Relic Crystals as well, plus a few more items. You may also want to save your items for the Fortune ranking event. What I mean is save the, if we go over to the chest, the gold bars that you get, save up a decent amount of them, then use them all and try and get yourself on the ranking leaderboard here. I don't generally do that though, as you can get some really good items from this wheel, but it's definitely something to consider. And there is actually a Loki card on the wheel as well. Believe it or not, that item does actually come up. You can see here another player got that card. It's very, very rare though, so don't expect to get it unless you use thousands of the gold items. So there are a few deals I would highly recommend going for if we go over to the shop. If you do spend money on the game, you can get a summoning scroll for 1 amethyst, and that's a really good deal. You can only get 1 per day though. You can also get summoning scrolls for 1,000 diamonds. Again, a limit of 1 each day, but if you have the diamonds, I would highly recommend going for that. So you may also want to consider the dirt cheap offers. If you get that, you will actually get your amethysts back, plus get all of the items you can see here. The only problem is though, there is a VIP restriction in order to purchase the item. The one before this required VIP 2, so I would assume each offer goes up by 1 VIP level, but it's definitely something to consider getting if you are someone who spends money on the game. So one other thing I would recommend is going to VIP 2. It only costs 500 amethysts to get to here. You can see that's my total recharge on the game, and you do actually get a lot of stuff for the recharge, plus you get all the perks here. I think that works out about $6, and that's probably one of the best things you can get on the game. If you are going to just spend a bit of money, just get VIP 2 like I have done. So the final tip I'm going to give is to try and do your force quests in Jotunheim. The magic atelier sometimes has some incredibly useful items. One of the most useful items is the dim star sand. You can see here, only 500 contribution as well. Well worth trying to get those if they appear. You will need to be at the atelier at reset though, as they almost always sell out instantly. I'll just go across to the Berserker instructor, grab a force quest while I'm here, accept force quest. So it's a monsters one, the monster will appear here. Let's do this nice and quickly. There we go, drawn into battle. Shouldn't take too long to win this with a bit of luck. There we go, nice. So that gives you an idea of the force quests anyway, in case you are not doing them. So I think I'm going to end the video at this point. I hope some of these tips were useful and helpful. If you do have any more tips you want to share, feel free to share them in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is always very much appreciated. I've included a previous video on the screen, plus a playlist, plus you can also subscribe from here if you want to do so. And thanks for watching.